welcome back to a bit more Stardew Valley. Last time where we left off, we were in the process of trying to find some beans. Well, technically coffee beans, but right now we only have regular beans. But, well, we managed to get to go quite some places. So, we also got a new bunny. Hello. I have no idea where the kid is. Either way, I have nothing really planned, which is kind of a good reason to play Stardew Valley. Just move on a little bit more, water some beanstalks. Maybe I should have planted the beanstalks in a way where it would have been more... Oh, cauliflower is early. Nice. Cauliflower is actually pretty healthy, but it's also pretty good for selling, so I'll probably just sell it. Maybe I should have planted those in a way where they would be ready for a sprinkler to be just set in between. But that's a bit late now. So, more iron. I don't need the iron bars right now. In fact, I don't need most of those things I have in my inventory. We are probably just going back to the mine. Because... might as well. Dandelion. Put the coal in here, put the iron here. I might just eat the beans instead of selling them. Dandelion. I may have forgotten what to do. Mixed seeds. I was just thinking whether I need something else, but I feel like for now that is alright. Do I use any mods? No, I'm not using any mods currently. No delicious Shane. What? I mean, you can make a suggestion for it if you'd like to. Exclamation mark suggest as to how to do that. I have to admit I don't even know which one Shane is. At least not right now. I mean, here's the thing. We are on the 14th. I've greeted, what, 13 people? 12. Not a terribly social person. I just like doing stuff. Alrighty, we are on floor 60. And we go down a bit further. Dust motes. We are actually looking for those motes to have the 1% chance on each kill for a coffee bean. We are looking for coffee beans. I mean, we get coal in the process, and the dust motes are a nice source for potentially just getting staircase done. Wow, another staircase immediately. That's pretty lucky. So, and then we have some random ghosts here. Just looking whether we find some ore that I could use instead. And, well, what we find instead is a bunch of bats that are probably just going to come on. On the bright side, maybe the bats are just going to deliver us a staircase. That would actually be kind of nice. Well, so far no staircase from the bats. But the bat wings are actually pretty good for selling as well, so I don't mind. The thing about bat wings is, if I ever... ooh, nice. If I ever need bat wings in order to craft something, they are pretty easy to get anyways. I don't worry too much about that. So... we are not that far into the mines. Actually, this is as far as I've ever been in the mines on this playthrough right now. Oops, I did not mean to switch. So in case you're wondering, I have not been particularly far. I haven't played particularly much on this one here. Although I'm reasonably comfortable with the entire game, let's put it that way. I'm going to see you, Luca Jim. Welcome. I'm doing quite well, thank you. Jim Power Moth. I remember that game. I wonder if I actually highlighted that though. I may or may not have. Okay, another staircase. We may have a good luck day. I didn't actually even check today. That might be a bit too much into the eating direction, but I appreciate the suggestion. Ooh, a lot of barrels. I didn't even see those until just now. And we get a bunch of cave carrots, and now I don't have any space in my inventory. You know what? We're just going to use up the spring onions. We're going to eat up the dandelions. Sap is a terrible idea to eat. I don't recommend doing that. I don't even know how I got to this one. Look at James. Thank you for the good vibe bits. I appreciate those. Thank you very much. And some winter root. More energy for me. As in case you're wondering about that, and not the name bites dust, basically I'm just looking for something that might be a bit less, let's say, dark. I'd appreciate that. Another staircase already, just checking for some potential ore deposits. Osmodes. I seem to get a lot of frozen geodes right now. It's actually kind of neat. I like the music in this game. But nice and relaxing. More aquamarine. I just had an interesting idea for maybe a challenge of this game, or a challenge run type thingy. What do you think about the idea of never leave the farm at all? And then maybe have a specific goal for achieving stuff. Could be rather difficult to have any reasonable goal for that though. Like, you don't get any animals, you don't get... well, reliable crops, but you can, I guess, get some stuff based on just kind of getting random things. This floor is overrun by monsters. Oh no. Which is actually not a bad thing, because I have more health than energy, so I'm okay with that. Except that this is a really, really large floor that is overrun by monsters. That really doesn't exactly help me to progress anywhere. The thing is, overrun with monster floors has nothing to do with luck, in case you're wondering. They are literally just... well, they are more or less predetermined where they are going to be showing up. Well, predetermined after they are initially randomized, I believe, anyways. Dustmotes, hello! Could you drop me some coffee beans, guys? That would be really nice of you. Happy Easter to you as well, Listem. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. That was not the last one? Is it because just a bat spawned just now? The grimer is actually covering a little skull symbol there in the top left corner. I never noticed that skull symbol. Let me show it to you real quick. What? There, this weird little skull symbol. Kind of strange. Probably just to indicate that this is a floor where you have to kill stuff in order to progress. We also got a goldfish. Interesting. Easter just ended for you. Interesting. And we get some thermal boots. 2 immunity, 1 defense. I think I prefer regular defense. Also, I'm too lazy to sell equipment as usual. Let's just eat a goldfish. Not all that nutritious, but we also need some space in our inventory. Will I be getting Octopath Traveler on Nintendo Switch in July? Well, I might if I had a Switch, but I don't have a Switch. Actually, I most likely would if I had a Switch, honestly. Because Octopath Traveler looks right up my alley, honestly. I just don't have a Switch, unfortunately. The thing is, at some point, it was pretty clear that if Super Mario Maker would come out on Switch, I would get Super Mario Maker on Switch. But unfortunately that never happened, so I never ended up getting a Switch. Because, well, nowadays Super Mario Maker would not necessarily just be a reason anymore by itself, unfortunately. Octopath Travel would definitely be one of the reasons I would want to, however, get one after all. Oh, I did not know there was a coal deposit right here. I like having more coal. You need 1 coal per 5 ore to smelt them, but since you always need coal, basically. That's the short version. They're not used in that many crafting recipes, but they're used in some. And, well, if you want to make a scarecrow, you would need to also, well, has a little bit of coal. I believe actually only 1 piece of coal for a scarecrow, however. There we go. That took a while. This area is infested. That's actually what I expected. Because last time we had infested areas, one was right after the other, like just 2 or 3 floors in between. On the bright side, I don't need to worry about using up more items for energy. On the downside, well, this might take a while again. But also on the bright side, we will probably run into any monster-infested floors in the next few days. Oops. Please don't do that. Accidentally selected something else. Dust motes. Hello, little ones. You have some coffee beans for me. That's not a coffee bean. Good stuff. Those barrels are pretty lucrative, honestly. Like, that's 12 frozen geodes. I should probably go to the blacksmith and let them get open sometimes. I guess this floor here was kind of not too bad in terms of how many enemies there were, so that's kind of nice. Scarecrow, I should make Scare Moth instead. Not sure about that. What do we get here? Oh, the better Master Slingshot. I'm actually curious how much damage that thing does, so I'm just going to use it briefly. Once again, you need stones as ammunition here. I wonder whether you can use anything. You can use other stuff as ammunition. That's interesting. I never knew that. I may have known that at some point. You can even use coal. So I assume the ammunition determines how much damage you deal. Probably. Can I use frozen geodes as ammunition? Nope. What about amethysts? Nope. Complete the demo, it's very good. On Octopath Traveler, I need to start the fun to get the Switch. The thing is, honestly, if I were to ask for money one way or another, it would be more in the vein of, I just need something to survive rather than for Switch. To be fair, it would be for stream, as in, I don't think I would be playing this myself outside of stream particularly much, but at the same time, it just doesn't feel quite right. Also, I would be really surprised if I can get any further down. Is that a diamond? This looks like a diamond to me. Also here we have skeletons. Skeletons. Just your basic regular enemies. I think they might actually throw some stuff at you sometime. 5. That is a diamond. Nice. That's our first diamond. There's no diamond equipment, but they are pretty valuable gemstones if you want to sell them. So, kind of nice. Also, those skeletons do definitely throw some bones at us. But on the bright side, the skeletons... Also, I'm not even going to try to go much further, I don't think. On the bright side, the skeletons here... They don't jump back and then throw the bones. They just throw the bones sometimes. So that's nuts. Helping me and the rabbi survive. Thank you, Lucha Jim. I appreciate that. Can you use sap as ammunition? I didn't even try that slingshot, did I? I forgot about it. We'll try it tomorrow. Is the crack in the wall something secret? I believe it's just aesthetics. I would need to check. We are going to get back onto that same level again. But we can check tomorrow. I'm curious now too. But I don't think it's anything special. I think it's just aesthetics. Let's see, do we have any more? We do have more iron. Inventory full. Oh, right. Just put the thing here. We probably need some quartz at some point, so I might as well start saving it up. Sell the frozen tier, keep the old only geode, keep those. Actually, I need 2 pieces of coal at least. I'm going to keep those, sell this, sell that. I'm going to sell the diamonds and aquamarine. Gemstones in general, I'm just going to sell. Crystal fruit we can use for other purposes too. Put this back in here. We have 14. So once we get 5,000 gold, we probably will go ahead and... You know what? That is good food. Once we get 5,000 gold, I think we will go ahead and upgrade our pickaxe some further. Kitty! Good night. And we get level 4 mining. +1 pickaxe proficiency, and we can now transmute iron. I don't know what FE stands for. I just know it's the, well, element description of iron, which is FE. But I don't know what it specifically stands for, because it should be a Latin name, I think. I'm not actually curious. Level 4 combat too. Nice. Ooh, that was actually a good chunk of money there. Diamond was worth 750. For some reason I thought it was like 250. FE is ferrum. Ferrum it is, I say. Thank you. Like I know AU is aurum and AG is argentum for gold and silver respectively, but iron I did not know. Hey, those beans actually are going to be pretty nice for just going further into the mines, so the beans are actually paying off quite well. We have some mail. Granny Evelyn. Hello dear, I know you're just getting started as a gardener, so I wanted to give you a little tip. Most crops only grow in one season. When summer arrives, your spring crops will all die out, so plan ahead. Thank you. That is indeed a very valuable hint. Because as soon as the 30th passes, literally anything that is not a multi-season crop will just kind of be withered away. We will probably see that with the beans here eventually. But for now, they are just still perfectly fine. We have Monday today. Actually, I missed visiting the traveling merchant yesterday. That's alright. And we're going back in the mine. Oh, hi. Kitty. Let's water the kitty. FA is definitely Fire Emblem. Nice. Ooh. Salmonberry. I believe, yeah. On the 15th, the sunbearer starts growing. Hey, I have a gift for you, buddy. Hello. It's a great gift, thank you. No problem. I'm just going to take yours. Unfortunately, I can't give him those as well. Hello. They are actually pretty good for getting elven energy. There are many of those. Like, you can just run around and get a ton of them. So, floor 70. You know, I suggest we try to only go 5 floors down also. No, there's nothing here, unfortunately. Can't even poke it with the sword to make different noises. Which you can do in Zelda Link to the Past, in case someone may not have gotten the reference. Which is also what I was referring to, those guys. The skeleton thing is not jumping back when I try to hit them. Which, I prefer that they don't jump back like they do in Zelda. Like Secret of Zelda, sure. Ouch. That's awkward, but at the same time, bats don't have a whole lot of health. So they are reasonably simple to take out. Which is nice. Another one of the cracks. As I said, I don't think they have anything to do. I think they are basically just aesthetics. As usual, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in this case. I guess it's not really the usual case where I want to know all the information, but in this case, I do appreciate it. The thing is, I've never found any secrets of those kind in the mines, so I just assume they don't exist, but they might exist if you just do the correct thing. Who knows? 73. So those skeletons actually don't take a whole lot of knockback, which is nice in order to take them out rather quickly. But they also have the ability to just straight up walk into you if they decide to, well, keep walking until they reach you. Got some frozen tears for free. 74. Uh-oh. Immediately a bat floor. Which is fine, as long as we don't have the very basic sword anymore, at least we can take those bats out in a reasonable amount of time. Please stop circling around me and just come straight for me. Actually, you know what? We're out of here. Hello! Alrighty, as I said, we're going actually to hunt down some salmon berries. Salmon? Salmon. I think it's salmon. How do you do that? Oh, by the way, over here we have the Adventurers Guild. Let's just take a look. Adventurers Guild, proven adventures only. Didn't we... 10 green slimes defeated. Ha! Right, I guess we are slaying blue slimes at this point. I mean, it's not wrong, I didn't slay the green slimes yet. Remember the slingshot, right, I forgot. You can use slingshot on people if you want to, but that makes them not like you. Which, well, I mean, I don't care too much about them, but I also don't need to make them hate me. That would just be mean. Just saying that's an option. So essentially there are those bushes all over the place that now have salmon berries. And I believe the next day there's even more bushes with more salmon berries. If you want to go for some more. Also, quick question. Which day is this? Also without spoiling, preferably, what it actually is about. I think it's a specific day and a specific time, isn't it? I'll have to go soon and get a new jug of water. Oh, cockles and mussels. Random stuff on the beach. Over there, you could build a little bridge over to the right-hand side of the beach. It takes like what? 150 wood? It's a lot of wood for a simple plank bridge, honestly. But the benefit of going to the east there is there's various forageable goods, such as, well, just corals that are worth a decent amount of money, but only really once. Oh, hi. Ew, it smells. Why is it locked? I wanna explore the sewers. I think Gunther has the key. Professor Gunther? The man who runs the museum? Why do you think he has it? I saw a big rusty old key fall out of his pocket one time. Creepy zoo has done do like this has just got the very match for the big rusty old key. Squish, squish, squish. There's something moving around in here. In there. Well, apparently we saw that too. Yes. I know, Liston. Grease to you, Red. How are you doing? Welcome. I'm aware of the relics, but I don't have a hoe on me, because I didn't really plan initially to just go ahead and do stuff. Hi, do you like salmon berries? That's such a stupid gift. And that's why I don't like you. That's probably the only person in the entire village that I'm just kind of like, you know, I don't need to be anywhere near you. The interesting thing is, she is one of the candidates that you can get into a relationship with and eventually marry. And she does brighten up, so it's not all bad. Let me put it that way. I'm well aware of that, but it's just kind of like, yeah, no, thank you. Have a nice day. Not my type of person. To be fair, to be completely fair, every single person has basically things they like and things they don't like when you give them some things. And it's just like, well, that's just happens to be something she doesn't like in the sense. But I do believe they all have different words and reactions to it, and it does represent and reflect their character, so there's that too. More berries! I like berries. More berries! More berries! More berries. I believe spring is the only time when you can get salmon berries, which makes sense. Not a lot of people who like Haley. Yeah. Probably. So I will have a bunch of energy left and a bunch of time left. I think I'm just going to continue cleaning up the farm a little bit. So that seems to be most of the things that I could get so far. Around here. Looking good. Okay. So, get rid of some of the rocks that have been growing around here. Oh, I did not mean to destroy that thing. Oh, I just destroyed another tree. Well, a tree in progress anyways. I don't have coal. Oh, I didn't get any coal. That's unusual. Also, clear out some more trees. The thing is, if I want to have trees on my farm, which I do want to actually, eventually, I will just plant them myself in places where I feel like they are somewhat more appropriate. Quartz, I want to keep that for now. Don't need mixed seeds. And frozen tear, and the rest we keep for now, mostly for food. Put this into the bin to keep this. Dum, dum, dum. I did not even take out the axe out. That's the entire reason why I went over to this chest. That's kind of silly. There we go. Axe acquired. I guess I should also leave the watering can here if I go back into the mines, because we have such limited inventory space. To be fair, I actually like those trees here. Aesthetically, the pine trees are my favorite. They are the most common one too. Oh, hey, random world right there. That's nice. Hello and good morning to you, Morkadar. Welcome to you as well. Hope you're doing well. I don't think she's stuck up as much as she comes off initially as shallow. I don't know the difference between the two, to be completely frank with you. Probably my lack of English knowledge. But that's fair. Either way, Haley's a very difficult type of person to get to know for me personally, because it's kind of the type of person I just tend to naturally avoid. Like, I'm not in conflict with them, I don't hate them. It's just, yeah, you do your thing, I do mine. Which I kind of do with most types of things anyways. Dude. Things are nice here. Glad to hear that, Morkadar. Just some tasty progress in Bloodborne. Nice. That sounds pretty good. I'm doing quite excellent, thank you. And some more of those. Let's put the sap in here for now. And those back. Put the iron bars in here. The wood as well. Iron ore, and let's keep the acorns too. But I guess I keep the acorns in the green chest, because that makes more sense. Indeed. Moral we can just sell, or we could use it as food. You know what, we have too many food, different type items. Let's just sell those here. We will probably find some more cave carrots. And salmon berries and green beans give the same. Let's actually see which one sells better. So one green bean and one salmon berry. And we sell the ones that give us more profit, considering they do give us exactly the same amount of energy and also health. Level 2 farming acquired, and we can now make sprinklers, which means whatever I plant next will be, well, with sprinklers in mind. Level 3 foraging, and we can also make saps. 3 sap thingies. Kind of nice. 777, lucky 7. And I didn't even check how much the salmon berries and the beans are worth. Whoops. Oh well, we just keep them for now. Just use them. Dear neighbor, I hope you are feeling settled in your new home. I am writing to let you know that Pierre's store is now selling fertilizers. Why don't you swing by and see if you can afford a few dozen boxes or so? Pierre. Thank you. Fertilizers are actually pretty awesome. So, yeah. I'm not going to bother with picking those up yet. I don't even need to water stuff. And I don't plan on using the pickaxe anymore. For now. So, we're going back into the mines. Let's actually check real quick. It depends on how the mines are going to work out in terms of luck. The spirits are very happy today. They will do their best to shower everyone in good fortune. Nice. That means I will want to try and get as far in the mines as possible. If I had, let's say, not so great luck, I would have just gone 5 levels lower and then probably went to hunts for some more salmon berries. And some leek. And more salmon berries. Might actually be that different bushes have different amounts of salmon berries along the way, which is kind of nice. It makes sense that not everything grows evenly. And that way you also have something else to do. Hey Linus, I have some more berries for you. Hello. It's a great gift, thank you. Have a nice day. Linus is more or less the only person that I ever befriend. Because he's just the only one on the way to the mines. And that's the only reason to be... No, maybe not the only reason, but that's the biggest reason to be fair. Alrighty. Diving deeper. Also, Haley's the type of person who's just very forward. She's not afraid to let you know what she likes and doesn't sugarcoat things. Right, I mean, then again, her tastes and desires don't really overlap with mine at all either, so it's kind of that as well for me personally. Yeah, let's just go deeper. We can mine ore whenever later, but the goal is to go as far down as possible right now. Also, ore has the nice thing, it gives me experience in mining, but at the same time it also has a chance of getting the staircase below it, so I do prioritize picking up the ore if there is anything to pick up in the first place, or mine for that matter. That makes sense. This looks to be one of the larger areas. And the larger areas usually takes longer for you to find the staircase, since, as someone mentioned last time, the chance that you find a staircase under the rock is basically determined by how many rocks you have lifted up so far on this level, and how many there are left on the level. Since there's more left on the level, I imagine the chance doesn't grow as quickly compared to other instances. That's a lot of skeletons. That's kind of nice. 79, and then we are to 80 actually already. That's pretty quick. At least in my book, somewhat quickish. Coffee and Rabbits, hi Rantron, welcome. You can build a staircase with 10 stones, in case you didn't know. I think it's 99 if I'm not mistaken. But you can build staircases, yes, it's 99 stones. Ooh. Little wiggly bags. I feel like the chance of getting a staircase off an enemy seems to be static. Not sure about that, but it appears to be that way. And we get Firewalker boots. What do Firewalker boots do? Well, they have 3 defense and 3 immunity, so basically just straight up better than what we have. Let's keep going down, and now it takes 4 picks in order to destroy gold. We find gold now. Also, those things are kind of strange. This is a debuff. It doesn't directly deal damage, but it basically increases the damage you take. So it is somewhat well, tricky to deal with this staircase directly. So gold is probably the ore that I will find the most, because I usually spend the most time on those kinds of floors here. So I'm not too worried about picking it up right now. Diamonds, however, I do pick up. They are initially already worth quite a lot of money. It's nice. Ooh, another staircase immediately. Let's open up those thingies here. You love gold! Nice. Even the regular rocks will take a lot longer to now destroy, so there's that too. Ouch. Actually no, there's still 2 hits on the regular rocks. Inventory full, you say, so we probably want to clear up the inventory a little bit here. Probably just eat the cave carrots. What time is it? 12:50 PM. What is 12:50 PM? Is that the beginning of the night, or am I in this cave for that long already? How long am I in the cave? Which one is PM or AM? Let's stay by the... I don't know, 1 PM. Alright, PM is good. So we've not been here for that long. I was really confused for a second. I never know which one is PM, which one is AM. Because, as in for 12 anyways, because it's just weird in my book. Just go with the 24-hour thing. By the way, can you set the clock to be 24-hour instead of the PM and AM thingy? 12 PM is afternoon. Thank you. So weird. A mod might. Right. I guess. I don't worry too much about installing mods though. There's another staircase. 85. We're making good progress. Another staircase. Alright, that was really lucky right there. Ooh, mushrooms. Just one? Just one. Sap is not nearly worth as much as mushrooms. And I probably should continue eating all the cave carrots for now. That way we have an additional inventory space later. And we also have a single piece of wood. I figured we would get more than that along the way, but I guess we didn't so far. Eat a mushroom? No. Eating red mushroom is terrible. It's minus 50 energy. You really don't want to do that. So, the nice thing about those rocks here is, initially those grey rocks, remember them from even floor 1 really. They took me 2 pickaxe hits, but that's because I had a very basic pickaxe at the time. Now it's only 1, because I have a better one, so they are actually better things to pick up. And those rockhead thingies, they are kind of tricky to kill. We also got crab. It's a type of fish. Interesting. Now we have red bats. They are a bit more sturdy than the regular ones, but actually still reasonably quick to take out. Oh boy. Really hoping for a staircase very soon, because dealing with that many red bats is going to be tricky. And also time consuming too. If we are lucky, we just get a staircase off of one of those guys. Right click allows me to use my special ability of the weapon. In case of the sword, it's a block. Basically, enemies run into your sword and get bounced back a little bit. Staircase. At this point I might as well finish off the rest of them. But at the bright side, I didn't use any energy to get a staircase. Oh, monsters again. Which is less than ideal, because those red slimes are significantly more tough than others I had to deal with. To be fair, it's not really any worse. Oh, a bomb. Big bomb. It's not really any worse than previous floors in the sense that... Also, those guys can heal themselves. It's not really any worse than... previous floors, because we have a better weapon, but it's about equivalent, I guess. Oh boy. Wonder how difficult it is to take out some of those guys with a bomb. Boom. The bomb has a lot of reach. Kind of hoped for a bit more damage than that, but that's okay though. So those little stone thingies, they don't take much knockback. They are really, really heavy for that matter. Which is actually nice when you want to kill them quickly and you have a decent weapon. Holy cow. Goodness, I don't have much health left. It's unten past Meridian, where Meridian is the middle of the day. Right. Yeah, using it that way around makes sense. But if you don't need know the abbreviation, what it stands for, it can become pretty difficult. I technically knew that, but I never thought of it that way, so that's good to know. You wonder if the time format is based on game language. Might be. Either way, I don't want to take more hits than necessary now. Alrighty. Just a few more. If we can go a floor deeper. He almost ran into me. I mean, it's actually kind of unfortunate for enemies if you think about it. Most of the enemies, aside from skeletons anyways, They don't have an attack, really. A way down has appeared. Nice. 89. Some boxes, and there's immediately another staircase for the none. Ooh! There's a star-headed slime. Star-headed slimes always drop something in terms of equipment. I'm curious what this one will drop. It's pretty tough. I have to admit I've never seen a black star-headed slime before. But he drops what I really was hoping for. A lead rod. So rods are actually quite interesting. They take ages to swing. This is as fast as I can swing a lead rod. But their special attack is actually really sweet. We're at floor level Grimer. Interesting. Grimer indeed. Don't need the sub. What do we get here? And we get an obsidian edge. A new sword on top of already getting a lead rod just now. Well, it's a little bit better. It has 30 to 45 damage instead of 8 to 18. So that for a sword, it served as well, but the obsidian edge is just insanely much better. And you might think, hey, then you don't need that lead rod. Speaking of rod, I actually have never used this one. I still need to try it. You don't need the lead rod. It's only level 3. Why would you keep that? Well, there's a trick with that thing. Find some enemies I can demonstrate it. So normally when you smash the lead rod, it does this. Bonk. Just one hit, right? The thing is, what I can do is I can mash the attack button at the same time I mash the special attack button. And it attacks on the same time as many times as I can mash, essentially. It's really good, actually. And then finishing them off with the obsidian edge is probably quicker anyways. It's also way easier to do than mashing. There's another one by the boxes I broke. Oh, was there another slime? I missed it. Oops. Eat the white algae. Bit more health. So this floor here with those rail tracks always have coal and also a staircase at the end. More coal! Let's see. We have gotten really lucky with staircases just straight up being around. That's amazing. As in, we are on a good luck day, but this is still way more luck than I usually expect. So that lead rod thing, it's useful against enemies that... Oh, handy. That don't take a whole lot of knockback. Enemies that take knockback or are not against the wall, you are probably better off using the obsidian edge anyways. Considering that, well, we just acquired it, might as well use it, right? And especially also enemies that don't have a whole lot of health, like those things for some reason. It's way easier to just use the obsidian edge. It's also not much of a failure condition to not use it, essentially. So the thing is, how the lead rod works basically, for some reason, it allows you to create an attack hurt box towards enemies whenever you attack while the lead rod is basically smashing down with the special attack. I don't know why that happens, but it's something I figured out the first time I played this game, and it kind of made the lead rod a lot better than anything else. Ooh, that's just a straight up iron bar right there. Still don't need that. The thing is, I did get the lead rod way earlier in my first play than that, so I had more time to experiment and play around with it. And since I love using those kinds of techniques and weirdness and quirks of a game, I ended up just sticking to a lead rod for most of the time. And it's also worth noting, you might not be able to mash particularly quickly, like you need to mash the left mouse button or the C button, as in the C like clown. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right. But at the same time, you also can mash both of them at the same time. It's pretty good. You don't have to mash one or the other, you can mash both. Also, I just realized we are pretty late. Let's head back home. I didn't think about that before. But that was really, really good progress. We went all the way down to level 95. 96 technically, but you get the idea. The thing is, unfortunately, the lead rod is the only rod type weapon that you get for a long time. There is one better rod weapon, but you need to get the sword type of that first. You know, there's a very special sword you can get. I think it's actually the best sword in the entire game. But hang on, I need to sell stuff first. But unfortunately, that sword is kind of far out of reach, so it will take a while until we even get close to it, really. So those are iron bars. And the thing is, you need that sword in order to be able to buy the other rod of the equivalent power. And I've actually never used it much because it's so late in the game. I still didn't use the slingshot. I'm a terrible person. Kitty! Good night. Delicious lead rod. Lead rod needs to be food. You can suggest the lead rod if you'd like to, Magic Freak. So, miner, +1 ore per vein, or geologist, chance for gems to appear in pairs. So, I actually really like the more consistent +1 ore per vein, because you often get 1, 2, or 2 ore per vein, but now it will be 2 or 3, so this is a much more consistent proficiency. Geologist, chance for gems to appear in pairs. I mean, you have a chance to get double the gems. The thing is, I don't care too much about gems, generally speaking, because I just like, yeah, the more consistent approach. Green bean is 40 gold, and salmon berry is 5, so yeah, we sell the beans and we keep the salmon berries, I dare to say. Day 17, no spring, here one. How much gold do we have? Ooh, we have over 6,000, 5,000 now. We might just want to save up for the bigger backpack though. Not sure. Queen of Sauce rerun, so we learned to cook a coleslaw. Fortune teller? We already had that one actually. The spirits feel neutral today. Okay. We just keep going to, or trying to go further into the mines. Need a watering can here. Geodes also count as gems. Interesting. I did not know that one actually. Which also means the salmon bears are not really worth selling anyways. Now that I think about it, 5 gold? I'd rather use those for energy. So we put those into the bin then. So maybe I'm going to remember using the slingshot today. Ooh, more salmon bears. Yay! By the way, the aiming with the slingshot is you need to essentially point away from your character, like you more or less aim backwards, let's put it that way, with your mouse. As if you were drawing the sling towards the mouse and the rock flies in the other direction. It makes sense in a sense. Also, I mainly wanted to get a better weapon in order to be able to farm those little puffbacks quicker. Maybe I should just... You know what? Yes, actually. Hang on. What we're going to be doing here is I'm going to go ahead and upgrade my pickaxe to an iron one. We have enough money for that. And then we go back into the mines anyways. Just to hunt some of those dust motes. I believe floors 55 and 65 both have a chance of just spawning dust motes the way they are. You're barely to floor 30 on your flight on day 22. The thing is, if you don't care much about money, fishing is actually your best bet for quick money, honestly. Also, don't worry about someone else being further or not further. Keep in mind, I've played this game a fair bit, honestly. Like, this is not the first time I'm playing it. If you want to go for the big money in the end, you go and plant a ton of crops. Oh. Hang on. Use the hoe. Am I liking the foraging farm layout more than the normal? I just figured for what I'm planning on doing with tons of rabbits and coffee everywhere, that might be a nice layout, just kind of aesthetically. I don't know whether that's actually true or not, we'll see. Ooh, more berries. I'm just going into the mayor's backyard and grab his berries. So he cannot have his salmon berries, I will get them. Haha. Kind of mean. I should give them back to him. Here. Do you like salmon berries? I hope you do. Well, I guess it's just thought that counts. He doesn't like them. But hey, this is how you say, just kind of, yeah, no, thank you. He doesn't like salmon berries. Who doesn't like salmon berries? Are you serious? Hi. Upgrade tools. Steel pickaxe. Thanks, I'll get started on this as soon as I can. It should be ready in a couple of days. Alrighty. I should have brought the geodes with me. Oh well, I'll do so once we get back here too. So for example, by the way, for hunting dust motes, the obsidian edge is way better than the lead rod. Because they don't have much health. Who are we going to marry? Anyone catch your eye yet? I know there are people you can marry. I have, at this point, I think 106 hours into the game. I've never even upgraded my house. And the furthest I've brought a relationship with someone that is marryable. Can I give you another one, buddy? Aw, I've already given him 2 gifts. I want to give him more, come on. The only person that I've marryable that I have even actually seen some of the, let's say, heart events was Abigail. That was kind of nice, I admit. Ooh, a gold slime. They don't even have that much resistance. I went to the wrong floor too. 55. You're looking for the little dust motes. But aside from that, as I said, I just don't really have much of a interest in just kind of building relationships with any of the characters for the most part. It's not entirely accurate, but it's the general sentiment. I'm not the type of person to just talk with people. In fact, it took me like, what, 90 hours in order to just learn the names of the characters and villagers of the town. And some of them I still don't know. Just like Whatever, you exist. You have blonde hair. I don't like you. Or something like that. Not exactly accurate. Ooh, staircase. Actually, staircase is bad because if I take the staircase, I can't have the elevator anymore, and I have to leave the mine in order to basically swap back between the floors. So we are hunting dust motes. The reason we are hunting dust motes is because we want coffee beans. Coffee, coffee, coffee beans, coffee, coffee, coffee beans. Is that 1 or 2 ghosts? You have a really weird shadow. That might be 2 ghosts at the same time. No, it's only 1. That was weird. Shane took you to the hockey game once? Nice. Married Abby in your playthrough? Nice. It's the only one that seems remotely interesting to be just kind of only knowing the very basics. I know now that let's say I've watched other people play this. Most other characters are actually interesting one way or another. I wouldn't even just say some, it's really most other characters are interesting one way or another. And who knows? Tuali Amolar just subscribed for 18 romps. Thank you. Thank you so much, Tuali. Welcome back to you. Well, let enjoy your stay. I found a model for 24-hour clock if you want to give it. Fair. I appreciate that, Aegis. I don't know how to install mods. Maybe I'm too lazy to even try, but maybe sometime. I appreciate that, thank you. Dust mode. Goodbye. Little dust modes, little dust modes. What I should do actually is go to level or floor 80, check the next floor. Not here. Then I should go to floor 85. Wait, I can't go any further than 85. It can't be on 85. Oh, that's pointless. So 91 I need to check too. It's not on 91. Probably. I'm just checking for the mushroom floor, in case you're wondering. You just remember that in your first year, and you're in fall. You have no idea how to make money during the winter other than to make a greenhouse. I mean, there's plenty of other options really. It's just kind of, you don't have the option to make money through crops. Greenhouse is one option actually that works. What you also can go for, if you'd like to, is you can go fishing. Fishing is actually very, very lucrative once you just kind of keep fishing and get a higher fishing skill. You can make a lot of money in a very, very short amount of time. But fishing might not be for you. Alternatively, you can just go into the mines. There are those mushroom levels in the mines. The mushroom level is always on the same floor on one specific day. And on the next day, the mushroom level actually moves up 1 floor. As in, if the mushroom level was, let's say, on floor... I believe they start at floor like 117 and then move all the way down to 80, and then they go back to a random number between 110 and 120, something like that. Probably not quite accurate. But essentially, once you find the mushroom floor, you can track where it is going to be the next day. And when let's say the mushroom floor is on floor 91, you go to floor 90, 1 level down, collect the mushrooms, back outside, and then back to floor 90, 91, and then you collect more mushrooms. It actually makes you a pretty crazy amount of money. So that's another way to do that. Mining or just kind of selling ore, not ore, but gold bars and mud in general is actually kind of lucrative too, if you would like to go for that. Yeah, there's a few options. Also, I should go and hunt the green slimes, otherwise I'm not allowed into the Adventurers Guild. Quelle surprise! No, I don't think they changed the minigame. If you don't like the fishing minigame, then obviously fishing is not for you. I kind of like it. It's relaxing and nothing too tricky. So, can I make there cherry bomb? Why do I make a cherry bomb? Because there is diamond here. And I would like to get that diamond. So, still looking for the coffee beans. We have Wednesday. On Friday, the traveling merchant would be around. You modded Stardew Valley so much. I mean, it's a game that lends itself to modding really well. Like, you can do a lot with mods. It's seemingly a gigantic community of modding people. So, I think you can find most, if anything, you really want to. So, by the way, once we are... Now let's go on for about half an hour more. I was about to say, I want to take a short break, like 15 to 20 minutes, and then get a bit of food. But actually, after this day, I'm going to put something in the oven, IRL by the way, and then we are, well, taking about, let's say, 16, 17, 18 minutes until I will probably take a quick food break. The thing is, today I woke up, I didn't have much time to wake up, let's put it that way, and I already had to stream because I want to stay disciplined. I don't want to just say, oh, sorry guys, I woke up too late or I was routing. No, I need to stay focused. I need to actually go here. Hey, there's a lead rod already. Too bad I didn't get that earlier. Unfortunately, lead rods also are not all that all that interesting to sell either. So we could just throw it away. 55. You made custom caves, deserts, entirely new maps, a combination of portrait modes and other stuff. Interesting. So basically an entirely new experience. And yes, I'm hunting for those dust motes just so we have a chance for coffee beans. Coffee beans have a 1% chance to drop off those dust motes. And we can also get random other things. Wow. I got refined quartz off of that. The way you normally get refined quartz is you take a regular quartz and just put it into... Well, you smelt it. Let's put it that way. That's how you get refined quartz. I don't think that's exactly how it works. It might actually. I have no clue about that specifically. Like IRL works. I don't know. By the way, there is a reward for killing what? I think it was 10,000 slimes? It might be 1,000. Probably more like 10,000 though. But you do get a ring once you kill 10,000 slimes, or X amount of slimes, that makes you completely invulnerable to damage, or the slimes just deal 0 damage to you. Which, if you want to build a slime farm with a slime hutch, I think that is very handy, because otherwise you might take a ton of damage from those guys. Just trying to feed them and stuff. Although there's ways around that. $1,000 slimes it is. Only 1,000. Alright, fair enough. Speaking of which, I need to kill some more slimes. 1, 2... How many more? Initiation. 5 more green slimes. Let's just complete that. That way we at least can get into the Adventurous Guild if we really wanted to. Maybe I don't want to, but at least it's an option now. I believe most of the individual enemies, different enemies, 6, do give you some form of reward, or at least you have a goal as to how many you want to kill. 7. 8. 9. I miscounted. I'm terrible at counting. Enter the Adventurers Guild. Too late for that now, literally, as it's too late in the day. But maybe tomorrow. If you get like 25 in the mine, we are at a good pace. 25 in the mine per day. That would be like what, 40 days? I guess that is acceptable. The thing is, I ended up just having like 600 slimes killed just naturally by going into the mines all the time, since mines, especially my first playthrough, were just kind of my favorite thing. I figured might as well just grind on the rest. And you can easily get like 200-300 slimes in a day if you're just really dedicated to it. But this is going to be the coffee bean and slime farm. By the way, maybe we want to expand it to beans and slimes as well, like instead of just coffee beans. Also, thank you for the reminder, I didn't even look at the time. Well, I mean, I did take a look at the time, curiously enough. And I did say it was too late for the adventure skill, but it didn't click in my head that, hey, it might be a bit too late for doing a whole lot more other stuff. So today we delivered the pickaxe. I think you need to sleep twice in order to get it back. So there's that. Yes, you can farm pretty quickly if you really want to just specifically go for the farm. But that's also can be a big, well, it is literally grindy. Might not be too interesting for some people. For me, it's just like, I'm used to it to an extent. Although I've never been good at the grinding thing. But still, I'm probably more used to it than many people. I still have not used a slingshot in combat. I'm terrible. I'm sorry. Dwarven Scroll number 3, you say? We already have Dwarven Scroll number 3. Actually, we are going to keep that one. I'll do something else with it. Kitty! Any of you looking forward to multiplayer in this? Yes, actually. So, Fighter or Scout. Critical strike chance increased by 50% or all attacks deal 10% more damage. I always chose Scout, by the way. So the thing is, the critical strike chance increased by 50%. So my original thought was just, oh, 50% chance strike chance? Yes, please. I was just like, no, that's not quite how it works. I don't know what 50% more critical strike chance even is. Like, what is my basic critical strike chance? I have no clue. But the thing is, if you land a critical strike on level 10, you can get a profession or a proficiency that allows you to one-shot enemies. So I don't know which one to choose, so feel free to recommend one or the other to me. I'm going to go real quick and put something in the oven, so be right back. Alrighty, I'm back for now. So, let's see. The crit chance goes from 0.1 to 0.2. Really? That's weird. Your slingshot is sitting in Europe, you'll never use this chest? That makes sense to me. What is going in the oven? Pizza. Very simple pizza. The frozen pizza we have around here is actually really good. Like, really good. In my opinion. But I'm a simple man, let's put it that way. And I like simple food. I actually prefer simple food most of the time, even rather than the special dishes. 10% is 3 to 5 damage, but the standard a landed crit is 200%. Right. It means like 1% to 1.5% chance to crit. What about the talents you get at level 10? Are those useful? Just cheese, no salami. Which you guys call pepperoni over in the USA, but we call it salami over here. It's just a regular pizza, so to speak. Use luck food, which also hides your crit. I've never used any sort of food, but fair. Luck also increases your crit chance, though. What is about the... Let me actually see real quick. Stardew Valley. Combat. Combat Stardew Valley Wiki. And we have... Here. After you choose Fighter, you can then, at level 10, choose Brute. Deal 15% more damage. And Defender, deal 25% more damage. Defender, plus 25 HP. I don't really need more HP usually. Then, if you go for Scout, you can cooldown on special moves cut in half. Which, if I use the Lead Rod like I do, that's actually pretty good. And Desperado, critical strikes are deadly. Salami in the US is like Genoa salami? I don't know what Genoa salami is. Let me see real quick. Genoa salami. I'm curious now. Yeah, actually, that is pretty much the salami we have over here too. It's pretty good. It does have... It's pretty flavorful, let's put it that way. It's not kind of a dull thing. You like to put a little salt and pepper and Italian herb mix on it before baking it. That sounds really good, Archie. That sounds really good. I'm going with Scout here. So the thing is about the pizza, what we sometimes do over here, that is something my parents just do and I adopted it because it's kind of decent. We put a little anchovy on it. Just, there's those little cans with anchovy in it. Anchovy? The little fishy things. They have really strong flavor. And I like having just a little bit all over my pizza. It's actually really, really good. But only a tiny little bit, like... my parents put entire little things on it, all over the pizza. I like having just a tiny little bit everywhere. Fortune teller. The spirits are very happy today. Oh, sorry, kitty. I did not mean to push you. Go away! Wait, they can't eat full-grown plants? Well, that kind of proves that. So I do want to build a scarecrow right now. Wow, I did not realize that. Holy cow. So we are going to make a scarecrow here. We need some fiber and some wood and a bit of coal. I had no idea. So, scarecrow. Witch's plant is here in the middle. That should reach everything, I think. Why am I going back inside? Mean crow. But at the same time, I figured, you know what, it's grown already, and apparently you can't get things eaten anymore. Well, you can. We learned that now. Crow's OP. And also this guy's rabbit again. Wow, they learned to fly. You know, that would actually be adorable. A rabbit, instead of regular ears, it has wings on its head with which it can fly. And it's just a little Halloween rabbit type thingy. Speaking of rabbits, hang on, we should try to update the thing again. Speaking of rabbits. Alrighty, there we go. Now I got it. It should be updated in like 10-15 minutes. Hide in the eggs. I changed the name of it now, Crowdlight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you see the emote in chat, we now have a little egg rabbit. Thanks to Quadlight, it's pretty awesome. I love how it looks. Basically, the cozy emote is now the little rabbit instead. Oh, right, we have actually really good luck, but at the same time, unfortunately, we don't have any pickaxe to go any further in the mines. But before I do anything silly, let's go to 81 and 91 to see whether we find the mushroom level. Oh, and 82 as well, just by pure chance. Oh, by the way, these guys, you can take care of them really quickly thanks to the lead rod. Special ability. Let's see. I can go through here. To be fair, lead rod special ability is slower if you fail it to mash quick enough than just straight up using the regular swing here of the weapon. I get to 83 without a pickaxe. Nice. That would be so silly to get to 84 even. But at least we got a pretty good look at stuff. I mean, I did get a bomb. Might as well use it, right? We actually even found the thing. Nice. I couldn't seem to use my special ability there. That was kind of strange. So 84. Not mushroom level here. By the way, does anyone know the specifics of the mushroom level? As in, what is the level it can start spawning at? Yeah, I'm back at 85. I know it can never be on 85 or any of the levels where it can straight up go with the elevator. So it has to be one level down from there. Yes, I renamed it to Cozy. Oh, it already updated? Nice. I did rename the one to Cozy instead. I did rename it. Because that's kind of... it makes sense since the previous one was Cozy as well. And people might be used to that. Fire quartz. I don't even know whether that's any use for anything in particular. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have a little Easter rabbit. Prompt. We probably won't find the ladder here. I did not know you could deflect projectiles by just hitting them. I just learned that. I may have known that at some point, but I probably never realized it really. Can't go through here. And we go back to dust mote hunting. Not here. Dust mote hunting. Here we go. Since we have improved luck, it might be a reasonable thing to just hope for more stuff. Thursday, by the way, tomorrow, I need to go to the traveling merchant. Will Cozy be a seasonal one from now on? It really depends if we get more seasonal ones. Maybe. I personally really like the Cozy one with just a scarf and basically the entire equipment set, because I thought that was super adorable. So, if some other seasonal ones come up, we can go for that. But I think the default is going to be the Cozy one with the little scarf and the full warm clothes, so to speak. But if there's other ones, we will update them too. So yeah, Quadlight, by the way, came up with the idea of seasonal emotes, and I thought it was amazing. So here we are. So shoutouts to Quadlight for being awesome. How would you do summer Cozy? Honestly, it would just be probably something in the way of, instead of warm clothing, it would maybe be a rabbit sleeping under a blanket or just being wrapped in blankets like a little burrito or so. I don't know. Maybe there would be some more ideas. I'm sorry. By the way, we actually have never visited Adventurers Guild yet. Let's just head over there for now and talk with them, because why not? Do you guys like scraps? Because we have a bunch of scraps. It's locked. 2 PM to... Oh, I didn't realize it opens that late. Interesting. Advancement. As you gain experience, you'll discover new crafting recipes. Yes, that's why we've got this one, because we crafted a scarecrow. Parasol? Could be interesting indeed. Hello!
Good evening. Hi.
So here you can buy new swords and stuff like that. Also we can sell the red rod for 150 gold. And those thingies. Explosive ammo. Fire this with the slingshot. Or not. Ruby ring. 5000 gold. Increases attack by 10%. I've actually never used any of those. Increases weapon speed. Critical strike power by 10%. Critical strike chance by 10%. That's probably pretty good, actually. I'm not going to invest into any of those because I want to save over 10,000 gold for the backpack, but that's actually probably pretty good. Precision by 10%. I don't actually know what that does. Knockback? No thank you. I don't like knockback. We have arguably better boots already. Steel falchion. So you could have bought a way better weapon way earlier. But the thing is, just going down into the mines is all you really need. And they don't actually sell any mallets or... well, better ones anyways. Right? How good is a wood mallet? 15 to 24 damage. Yeah, no, this one is better. Actually, you want to have a slower mallet, because if you do this, you have less time to use the technique that I'm using here to get a ton of hits in. You get less time if your mallet is faster, so you don't want a faster mallet. Monster eradication goals. Help us keep the valley safe. 1000 slimes, 150 void spirits, 200 bats, 50 skeletons, 33 cave insects, 30 question mark, and 500 dust sprites. See Jill to claim your rewards. This guy is Jill.
Come back when you've got something to show me, kid.
Speaking of range damage, maybe you should try that sometime. I still forgot. Precision sounds like accuracy, but you never seem to miss in this game. Maybe range damage? Maybe. Let's see. Slingshot. 6 damage. The thing is, you can shoot really fast. So, slingshot is not inherently bad. It's just tricky to use. I feel like on a controller... this might not be too bad, really. I mean, the big downside is obviously that it costs you ammunition. Rocks are not particularly expensive or difficult to come by, but it is still ammunition that you don't necessarily want to spend. Also, I can't go past here. Can I? Here, cherry bomb. A lot of dust sprites, and I would like to get them. They're not called dust motes, they're called dust sprites. Unfortunately, still no coffee beans. According to statistics, our chance to have acquired one already was actually pretty decent. 1%, and we killed 160 at this point. But the thing is, our chance does not increase from previous not drops. So there's that too. So it's still only 1% chance. But we should get that one at some point. Bad luck? It's okay. I don't think it's that bad luck in terms of probability. Wow. We just got a coffee bean, guys. So stay positive. So, coffee beans. Plant in spring or summer to grow a coffee plant. Place 5 beans in a keg to make coffee. And 1 bean is all we need. We immediately go and plant it. Thought this was Zelda. Fire rod, ice rod, lead rod. Nice. Alright, so now I need to plan on how to plant the coffee beans. You know, plant the coffee beans. Someone infected me there. So, and I think I'll just start at the bottom left here, because I do want to use sprinklers for this. How do I make a sprinkler? I need a copper and an iron bar. So, currently I will only need 1 sprinkler, so 1 copper, 1 iron bar. All we need. I will eventually need more. But this very, very basic sprinkler, it literally just waters 4 spaces. The ones that are directly adjacent to it. So it's really not much. It doesn't even go diagonal. It only goes, well, not diagonal. So how am I going to go about and place them? Let's see. Starting here, or here maybe instead. Actually, starting here. The sprinklers are not expensive, so I cannot actually plant anything here. This is grass, you can't plant anything here, but I can plant here and there. Oh, and I also need another scarecrow down here. Oh, and also, ladies and gentlemen, I need to go to the oven, otherwise we have a, well, coal to eat. And I don't like coal to eat. Be right back. Yes, I need a scarecrow. Alrighty, I'm back, and well, Pizza needs to cool down just a little bit, so it means we are going to complete at least this day. Then we're moving on. So, I need another scarecrow. What do I need exactly? 50 wood, 1 coal, and a bunch of fiber. Let's get that. Also don't need the slingshot anymore. Probably should just put it in some chest that I'm never going to use. Fiber. Scarecrow. Oh, did I just put the wood back? Probably never took it out in the first place. So, Scarecrow. Scarecrow has a really long range. I don't think it's quite that long. And I want to plant it in a place where it reaches as much as possible, so I think this is pretty fine. So, this coffee bean will grow, eventually. Probably takes a while. I maybe should have gotten speed fertilizer, but that's a bit late now. So yeah, here we are. No burnt pizza. Nope, no burnt pizza. So what do we do with the rest of our day? We have a bunch of energy left. I think we want to prepare for rabbits. Lots of rabbits, so that means we want to build hoops. Which also means I need more wood. Because we started our project on coffee beans. And the next project is going to be, well, rabbits. Hey Morgito, welcome. It is actually Yaga Cozy now, we just exchanged it. And hey Recticularis, welcome to you, and I like you too. Hope you're doing well. Does it get any more chill than this? Probably. I'm not sure. Bob Ross is pretty chill if you ask me. No. I'm not even sure what I'm hitting right now. Oh, I hit a little tree behind the big tree. I'm sorry. Why is there a Grimer stuck on the top left of the screen? Because at the bottom left he would probably be covering something, and on the bottom right he would be covering other things too. So he's at the top left instead. I know that doesn't answer the question, but I like Grimer. He's awesome. So, I can probably cut down one more tree? Maybe. Or we could just go to bed. I need a little bit of something. Kitty! You like fish? Speaking of fish, I probably should deliver stuff to my thingy here, so put that in there, put that in there. Right, I wanted to do something with that, I forgot. Whatever, it's fine. Put the bomb in there, I don't need that anytime soon. Some mixed seeds. Frozen tear. Emeralds. You know what? Fire quartz too. I still don't really know. I don't think I've ever crafted anything that used fire quartz. So, no clue. Here. Have a slingshot. And that's pretty much that. Next day I can also get my pickaxe. And there's that too. Alrighty. End of the day. And short break. Be right back, ladies and gentlemen.